because now it's making me think that maybe the boosters got involved. Now it's making me think that, look, they tried to rush UCLA's success high very quickly, and then once it showed that Nico probably isn't that good, because I'm sure that sold tickets. I'm 100% sure that sold tickets, saying, oh yeah, we just got a guy who led his team to the college football playoff. He's coming to UCLA. This is probably our best quarterback since DTR. This is going to be great. And then it turns out he sucks. Then you're going to blame it on Deshaun Foster. They even had his little brother, Nico's little brother, Madden, who transferred in from Arkansas. You have Javian Thomas from Cal, Eugene Brooks from Oklahoma, Isaiah Chisholm from Oregon State, and Roger Pleasant from Oregon. Like, you have a good transfer base. And then also, I think they had like a top 25 recruiting class so far, which makes me really confused as to why he got fired, because you just got in new transfers. You just got in new recruits because of him. I mean, there's no better person to sell UCLA than someone who played at UCLA, coached at UCLA, and was given a bad hand. Chip Kelly literally left. So, and a lot of people said, oh, they're glad Chip Kelly got out of that while he could. Well, yeah, what are the expectations for UCLA? Did people think the way Virginia Tech is expected to be a very, very good program? Was UCLA expecting to compete in the Big Ten, to be one of the better teams of the Big Ten this season? The answer is no. The answer is no. I can name maybe 6 or 7 teams before I even think of UCLA. If I said, oh, which team in the Big Ten would be a dark horse or could make some noise this year, I wouldn't even think UCLA. I would name so many. I might name all of the old Big Ten East teams before I name UCLA. So it's confusing because, I mean, he's had some good wins. I mean, I watched this team play Penn State last year, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. We understand the hand that was dealt to Deshaun Foster, but I would not think that less than a year later he'd be fired. They lost to LSU, Penn State, Oregon, and Indiana last year. All of those except LSU were playoff teams. All of them. They finished very strong last year. They beat Iowa, Fresno State, Rutgers, and Nebraska. And they beat Nebraska on the road, mind you. And I understand that the defense isn't good this year. There's been some inconsistency with the offense. I think that's more so Nico transferring in. Another thing, someone who transferred in really, really, really late. I'm pretty sure this was after, it might have been right after spring ball, and they're adjusting to a true Big Ten schedule. He doesn't have a chance to really bring in his guys. Why fire him? Like, it is such a confusing thing to me, because you're talking about a guy that, honestly, like, if we're talking what is a real full season, I look at a full season as the end of a season to the end of the playoffs. That is a full season to me, because the end of a season, you get to recruit, you get to get in the transfer portal, you get to do whatever you need to do. He didn't even get to take advantage of the transfer portal to its best. Like, how much of those guys are his guys? He didn't get a chance to really look at recruits the best he can. I mean, you have a top 25 recruiting class already, and this is UCLA we're talking. I really don't understand why fire him. I understand the losses were embarrassing. I understand that you want to see more from Nico, but this seems like jumping the gun and wounding yourself so you have a chance to lick them. Because if, let's say, Nico continues to look bad, whose fault is it? And that's why it makes me really think that Nico going to UCLA, and I don't mean to turn this into a gigantic Nico Iamaleava conspiracy, but this is what it looks like, because how much of Nico going to UCLA was in Deshaun Foster's hand. It's just, I don't think they're the same in terms of their firing, in terms of how it all went down, and it's kind of icky.